Inspiration.
Hello, testing 1 2 1 2. I think it's all good. So hello everybody, I am Namek and welcome back to another stream where it's felt like it's been too long, even though it actually has only been 4 days, so it's been right on par. Recently, Twitch did their recap thing of different, for your streaming side and for your viewing side. I managed to stream on average about, one every 4 days actually. So it is quite literally on average. I did some bad math earlier and got 1 out of 3 days, and I realized that's not how that works. But we are back. Not really on schedule, let's be honest. Yeah, not really on schedule. Because theoretically I should have done this on Monday. But we are doing it now. And then, hopefully... let's not get ourselves, I'm not going to be... Well, hopefully I can get my homework done by tomorrow. I just have the final project left to do for the financial accounting class, and that's it. It just is the case of like, I'm not so certain I'll get it all done in a day, or feel like getting it all done, because it might be a multi-day, effort related thing as well. So probably won't have a stream tomorrow for that reason. I would love to. And there's also the just case of like, will I? Even if I do have the energy, who knows? Either way, I probably won't end up streaming tomorrow. But if we do stream on... What day is it? Thursday. If I do have time on Saturday, I will start streaming some StarCraft. I'm going through the campaign levels as intended on Tuesday. However, as you can tell by me doing my Monday task today, that was not gonna happen. Or that didn't happen. Yeah, I have 2 days to do the final project stuff, so because I kind of forgot that it is indeed Thursday. It does not felt like Thursday at all, and I think largely due to a golden case of I am tired, I stayed up way too late, and as such today has blended in with yesterday. But I've been having a good day. Had a dentist appointment. I'm actually doing well. I'm actually keeping good care of my teeth again. So that was nice. Beyond that, I am tired, that's for certain. But I've got pretty much all the homework done except for that one class, one final project, and then it is on to final season. However, financial accounting is also gonna give me some trouble, because in the actual site where all our stuff is, or where our classes in general are, it says final is during finals week. The thing where we do all the homework and stuff says the finals due Tuesday. So it's a case of like, oh no, I really hope that's not the case. It doesn't change too much, but it is like a little bit of a chaos. I think I'll try and make sure I get that one done ahead of time. Like that'll be one of the first I do. And then I'll do the my macroeconomics final on Tuesday. Get that done. And hopefully passed with flying colors, so at least with positive colors. And then last but not least will be the Excel final, and I think I'll do fairly well. unless a majority of the score is on pivot tables and accounting function, like the PMT and stuff. I don't understand them really as concepts either right now, which I think is part of the issue. So I'm just like, I have no idea what this is wanting. Ba-ba-dee-doo. Yeah, we're just gonna play some Gems of War and relax. Because I will say, I also got done with the financial accounting normal homework right before dinner. So I gotta enjoy some dinner, and then while I was eating dinner, I played some Morrowind. I had some fun with that. I tried to do some of the Mages Guild quests. However, I suffered a good old-fashioned case of wrong turn, and I was trying to get somewhere, and there was definitely like a certain point that I was just like, I'm not going the right way, am I? And indeed, I was not, as then I started going very much away from where I was trying to go. It's like, well, I'll find somewhere at least. And I did, so I was at least happy with that. And then I immediately went back to Balmora to get some skills trained so I could make the most out of the level up. And then I was like, oh, I want to make some new spells and also try and make a jump spell. And it worked all right. Namely, I made a new damage spell. I won't be using it for a while as I upped the damage a little too much, as well as adding the soul trap, so the reliability of it is a little low for my taste. So I'm like, okay, let us, wait until I get my destruction skill up further. And then... Nice. And then I can actually get some benefit out of it. Looks like the cat wants out. Obviously, I was talking too much because the cat was fast asleep. And then was just like, okay, I want out now. So obviously I woke it up and it was like, hey, you're making too much noise. Yeah, I made a jump spell. Not as powerful as the one I had on when I played through with Grog. I think it must have been a 200 or the 100 jump and also acrobatics increase. But whatever it was, I was definitely just like badoing, badoing, jumping across the world. It was quite fun to do that, I must say. But this at least will help me a little bit when it's like, okay, gotta move, gotta move. Also, the other nice thing is I can make some big mana burst spells, I'll call them. Because as just an awesome alchemist, I can just give myself infinite mana in a sense. I mean, I can also give myself infinite mana literally with alchemy, just due to good old-fashioned alchemy, always the root of all exploits. Point being though, is that I can make a ton of mana potions, and as such, I can have max mana, unleash a super powerful spell, and then go to like my usual spell while also just chugging mana potions. Like, don't mind me, I'm just regenerating my mana a little bit. Ba-da-dee, ba-dee-oo. Ba-da-dee-doo-doo-doo. Bum-ba-dum-bum. Bum-ba-dum-beep. Ba-da-dee-doo-doo. Do-do-do-do-do. Hey, two enemies gotta summon minions on their death. Whoa. Boom, boom. Now we just play, relax a bit, and I try not to fall asleep as I am very tired. Ooh. Not done anything fancy, I would say. Oh, I'd actually, though, I am thinking of getting a Steam Deck. Not Steam Deck, Stream Deck. Yeah, that's what they're called. Yeah, Stream Deck. I don't need a Steam Deck, because as cool as they are, I have actually no reason for it, because I don't go anywhere. So it's like I'm always with my computer. Oh wait, I got them locked, didn't I? And then, but yeah, I'm thinking of getting a Stream Deck because of just of how the buttons are programmable. I think it'll be very useful for me. There's barely any green there. So I think it'll be quite useful for me in just many different things and not just with like streaming. So I'm like, yeah, I think I could get some good use out of it. Now, will I? That's a whole nother question. I believe I will, and I think that it could be quite useful. But I won't know until I actually mess around with it. I certainly am tired. Okay, we are gonna get this nice and done, make some progress for the guild. All very fun stuff. I wonder what I'm gonna do after the stream. Not sure, actually. I mean, actually, potentially by the time stream is done, what I'll be doing is just getting ready to sleep, which wouldn't be a bad thing, considering I am quite tired. But I finally have done stuff, productive stuff, and also not been like, ooh, shiny. So I've have the focus to try and actually do something. Unfortunately, the curse of staying up too late because I got hyper focused on something is rearing its head. Just, slightly unfortunate. Loving these armor scrolls. That is for certain. It's kind of funny. Is that it sounded like at some point there was going to be a quality of life thing to say where the Doom Scroll was. So far, I haven't noticed that. Maybe it's a planned feature sometime in the future. Who knows? I certainly do. Whew. I'm also debating on playing through Metal Arms again. As a fun, like, nothing too fancy. I meant to check what that was. What that haste scroll was. Because there's nowhere else it's shown. besides the loot table or loot rewards, and I forgot to actually check it. I was like, ah, dang it. Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other thing is Rowana does a lot of damage. It doesn't say that. Because of that boosting from her armor, it scales incredibly well. Even without something to buff her armor, she ends up doing a lot of damage. Oh, they survived. How unfortunate. That's not even remotely where I moved my mouse, but okay. Up board again, always a safe bet. Yeah, the fact that I don't need him to go first, I think I'll switch him out for the Fundingus. Because he does a little bit more. It guarantees a bonus turn, but no extra gold. Oh, dang it. I meant to check that again. But I'm so used to just like ba-dum, that I click the buttons before I read the things. Also, with other games that I play news, WoW has just had the pre-expansion early access stuff happen. I don't know exactly. Key thing, housing. Is it now allows the people who pre-purchased Midnight to have housing, and a lot of people have been having fun with that. I've heard. I have not partook, not due to any sense of superiority of not pre-ordering or whatever, but simply because I don't have any ideas right now. Oh, cool. That gives us basically extra points. Wonder haste also gives an extra point. Yeah, but like that just because like I don't have any ideas, and as such, I'm not too rushed to try and go and do it. Now, once I have some ideas, I'll probably do something. But right now, I got homework. That's what I have. Ma-de-doo. No-de-dee-dee-doo-doo-doo. Just for a little bit. Then I get a very short break. Then it's on to more homework. Is the way. So satisfying. And there we go again. I have no idea what kind of scroll I got because I'm just like, whatever, go, go, go. Also, I will say, if you have any questions about Gems of War or any of the other games I play, feel free to ask. I may not be the most knowledgeable on them, But I am always up for helping people out and giving answers because I have a lot of fun spreadsheets, and as such, like I've also accrued. I've gotten a lot of knowledge. Uh, Word knowledge, on the other hand, not my strong suit. If anything, it very much is one of my failings of forgetting different words and what they actually mean, or how to say, different words properly. These ones had a lot of health. Deals at least AoE damage, so. Relax. Enjoy the show. Yeah, I have a feeling I'll be going like right to bed after the stream. If I need to catch up on my sleep, that's for certain. I was needing my sleep for so long. Luckily, it's not to the unhealthy point. It is very much to the like, yes, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep in time last night. Now I'm really wanting to get some sleep. Actually, is another good unit for the greens, as they can kind of just feed themselves. But I was like, wanting to mess around with Rowana, so we messed around with Rowana instead. Oh yeah, I need to switch out the Leprechaun because I don't need him to go first. Because also it's the kind of case if I do get a good amount of mana by doing Ah, dang, you're still alive. My favorite thing is scaling is scaling scatter damage, because unlike AoE, it's always as effective as it's gonna be. Doesn't matter if there's 4 or 1, it does it all. But AoE still has a tendency to be much better, just due to the good old-fashioned case of if you just wipe out all enemies at the same time, you don't have to worry about, if you need to target one or not. Skulls. Okay, right. I wasn't expecting that to actually freeze me before I dealt the damage and as such, before I got the bonus turn, but interesting nonetheless. The only downside is it's purple instead of something I actually need, but upside is that it might get more that way because I won't be going with the banner. That way I can get. Oh no, I want green more. That's why I'm trying to be too bad. Let's get bonus mana for the charger, and the charger can charge the rest of the team. I think I'm gonna switch to a different one. It is a good skill. Actually, it's not useful. Great. I've noticed the Guardians seem to, like, the blah 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 Guardian or Guardian blah blah blah, seem to do mana potions. So this one really got the short end of the stick. Because theirs is just poison and instead of doing or turn something to skulls. Let's do explode. Here's the other one. I don't plan on keeping him there, but I'm kind of just curious. It's just like, well, what happens if I use him around for a little bit? Yeah, not worth the mana cost. That's for certain. I didn't think it would be. Most of the immortals are not actually worth much outside of their arena. Let's see. And red, it's not needed. We could just have a bunch of her, just let enchant do its thing. Surprisingly wouldn't be too bad of an idea. Gonna switch back to the leprechaun at this point. Because while I don't need the instant charge, the distribution seems to be better with green. Actually, do I have anyone that can make a leaf storm? It could actually be good. Wish she could also be good. She gets armor. That is also nice, but not a charger. He just does it at the beginning. So she could be good. Be nice also to have the empowered, but I'm not too worried about that. Oh yeah. Did my banner do something against yellow? Can't remember. Probably should try and fix that as well. Okay, not too bad. Okay, now didn't like purple. So at the same time, I don't need green and not red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 purple. That works. Do 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 do. There's like no good green. Ah, that somehow worked. I think I'm going to switch to another mana generator since transform just rarely is good, just simply due to the fact that I should say by itself, because of the fact that it's like, okay, you did a little thing, but usually doesn't end up changing too much. Load, because let's be honest, exploding, it's awesome. Not too useful. Goals, but it explodes. Ooh. Tempting for the blessing, but I don't really need it. I think Leprechaun still ends up being the best. Brown could be good, same mana cost. Then, but not a good banner, so. Yeah, might as well keep doing the Leprechaun, I think. Funny enough, I was like, I think I'm gonna switch off of them, and I'm coming back around. It's like, yeah, it seems to be the better option. Or at least the the others are about the same. This one at least gives me gold. Still alive. How could they do this? Okay, okay, unlock for. Actually, where are we? Oh, we're almost there. That's nice. I'm trying to semi-consistently be the top 5 of my guild, since I'm the leader and all that. Trying to think of the different things I like to try and mess around with on streams. As it stands, I am not sure. And partly because I'm tired, but that's a whole different story. That other story that I just went to bed late and now regret my actions. To be fair, I regretted them this morning already. I was messing around with a bunch of things and then absolutely got just toasted this morning and went like, ah, yeah, it's not worth spending any more time on it. Nice. Don't like treasure maps, but I can still appreciate a great combo. I have way too many treasure maps. If they made a treasure map sync, I would still end up maxing out my rewards that I could get. Okay, so haste gives you 1 score. That's actually kind of nice. I think I need to have him go off first and then do the big attack. We love to see it. Want to see if there are any group roll. Nope. Spell effect increase. Skill points. Who has double? Yeah, they do double if it's elemental, but she just does life. That's always just a fun one. No, just either. Life. Night. Roshaka. Jesus. I was hoping there was some character that would double armor because they're not green. That's fine. There is a fun, I think it's a wrench, if I remember correctly, that can double a target's armor. But either way, even if it was green, I have to use the broadsword so I get double points. That's really important. Still need to eventually play through Baldur's Gate 1. I've been meaning to for a while, and I just haven't gotten around to doing it. Nice. Got box scroll. I will say, for the most part, I am usually my more sprightly self on streams. And just in general. I mean, granted, actually, in general, I'm very mute. Just because I'm like, yep, I don't talk. But I'm about the same kind of energy level, in a sense, as I am on streams normally. But it's just when I'm tired that it's very much just like everything I do is very much like, ooh, I'm going to get through it. Eventually. And hopefully I shall sleep nice and sound and wake up in the morning quite refreshed. I almost said reverberated, and that's it's not something you should be feeling, I don't think. So I am tempted to play some Dragon Quest. Or Blooms. I could run some more first. I've been having fun, as per usual, with messing around with spreadsheets and different things. With Blooms, I've been making approximate powers of different towers based off of it, their attacks, their damage, and hey, summon a minion. I guess I just punched that minion, so square even. Their damage and their prices and their range. I recently had added the range. Actually, most recent add was the quote-unquote summons. Mainly, I added it for the engineers, but really it's the case of it's useful for anything that has a double attack, where it's two separate kind of attacks. Then I can just go like, yes, this is the primary fire, this is secondary. Like the granted, the Desperados in a sense don't actually do both, but like the Monkey Aces dropping the exploding pineapples, they both do the darts and they do the pineapples. So, and both of those have separate damage styles. But I'm probably I might do Blooms or Dragon Quest. Either way, I'll probably add new things into a spreadsheet, do some new calculations, and clean up some old code. Probably not even code. I'm literally just doing it in LibreOffice Calc and just like yep, basically the basic programming in a sense. There, you there. They all got a bunch of mana. It'd be a shame if I nuked them all out. Oh. What I need to do is I need to wash my bedding tomorrow. That way, nice and refreshed. Nothing too really important. It's just that I've pulled it out from underneath the bed. It's not tucked in anymore. And I'm actually really good, and it takes me a while to tuck it from the bed. And usually by that point, it is the case of this seems like a good time to wash the bed. And so I usually do. I just have been putting it off for a few days, simply due to a good old-fashioned case of I'm focused on other things. I'll get around to it once I'm done, and I didn't get done in reasonable amount of time any of those days. So now it's now. But theoretically, it'd be good for tomorrow. Well, I wasn't thinking there was going to be anything pressing for me to wanted to in the morning today, but I was like, ooh, I have ideas. So we're all cursed with thought, and some of us cursed with hyperfixations once we've come up with ideas. Very much the like, ooh, piece of candy. And it's like, I know, I want the candy. I am also tempted to start another Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. Because it's been a little while again, and I've been having more like ideas like this, I could do that. It's like once again I'm going, should I do it? And the answer is no. I should not spend another 100 hours or so of my life doing it again when I have so many other things I need to be doing. I would enjoy it, that's for certain. But it is definitely the case of like, there's a lot of other things I should be doing. I shouldn't be spending time on something just purely for enjoyment while doing it again. I can definitely still do things for enjoyment, but I should focus on things that are new. So that way it's like, ooh, new enjoyment. Cat. Cat. It's been a while since I played Darklands 2. Not too long, but it is definitely like, I should play. So many things for me to play through. Oh, sweet. I'm doing quite nice. I did also accidentally get the full bundle for the event. I was like, whoops, didn't need to do that. Because there is no, like bonus unit that gets more bonus stuff the higher rank it is. It's just like, do you have weapon? Yes, no. And the weapon is just like, hello, I am here. That is my function. I exist. Just be put right here. Fortunate. I saw that red. I'm also starting to think the Leprechaun might just not be good in this one because it doesn't blow up enough of the board, and I think largely due to also there just has not been that much green dropping. Like there is actively no green despite destroying a good chunk of the board. So I think it's just an unlucky day for green as well. So that doesn't help things. This is why it's nice to have like 2 mana chargers, because then you can easily see, or not see, but easily can go like, okay, set you up, set you up, set you up, sure, and just like go back and forth. But with one, it'd be a little dicey. I think also the other part, you know, it's exploding the gems that we need. So I'm going to be actively matching them. Yeah, I think I'm going to once again switch him out. Probably for the Fundingus. Because that'll explode mana that we do not use. They healed themselves. How unfortunate. Be a shame if they just died. Mwahaha. Evil left at us. Back to that one. And that worked much better. Oh, nice. That. Boom. I'm giving enemies life. I'm trying to destroy them over here. There's no green or brown. Okay. Very unfortunate. Bum 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 ba bum ba do 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 Oh, very unfortunate, I must dare say. I don't like that one. It's no fun. Nobody like that one. Ooh. Died from that. To the point of actually dealing some damage. Ring as with bonus of skulls. Oh, that's right. Okay, summon a minion. Hey, they stole a bunch of green from me. I think I'll need to summon another minion. Yes, it's two. Yes. Let's do that, so that way do something and then go pop. Huzzah! Okay, let's see where we are compared to our guild. I believe still second place. Yeah, still good ways behind them. They are consistently better than I. It has been about an hour. I think I'm a little bit more awake than I was when I started. But I think I shall call it a nice, good, hour-long stream. I've got some good progress in the guild event. I think I'll try and actually do more attempts as the week progresses. But I think for now, we're going to call that good. It is... I will definitely say this stream was a more relaxed and no energy stream. I wouldn't even say low energy, just due to the good old-fashioned case of I am very tired, and that takes its toll on the ability to talk. But yeah, I do hope everyone who was watching enjoyed, or at least enjoyed like a nice background noise, in a sense. Yeah? I hope you all do well for this week, and good fortunes on your own guild events, whether that is in Gems of War or in other games. Till next time. Bye bye.